G'day, Cephalon Collective for the third time, and welcome to Cephalon Squared mini episode number 35. I'm Cephalon Greg. I'm joined by Cephalon Lucas. How are you today?
I'm doing good. It's warm here today.
I know.
Very damn warm.
Bloody winter is well and truly over for you up north, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
This is the perfect segue, I might add, into the old weathercast. So how is the weather up north?
Well, we are recording a little bit earlier than usual today. I don't know why, but fuck it, why not? Anyways, weather today at this current point of time in the little city of Ipswich is 33 degrees Celsius with 11% humidity. So it's a dry heat.
Yeah, and that's 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, we're just a couple of days out of winter, and it's already that hot up north in Ipswich. Yeah. Down in Melbourne, though, it is certainly not. It's only 19 degrees Celsius, which is 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and 54% humidity. And keep in mind, of course, although that does sound higher than it has been recently, it's also, 1:30 in the afternoon. So usually we're recording at 8 o'clock at night. 19 still relatively cool, so pretty normal for us down here, but just out of winter and start of spring down in Melbourne town. But 33 already up north.
Yep, the sun is a scorching.
Interesting. Anyway, so why are we recording early? Because I'm sick, sadly, but I'm old. Old people get sick all the bloody time. No, it's the children. The children's fault. Always blame kids. They bring diseases back from their little schools and their friends. Evil. Anyway, it is a mini, so we don't have a whole bunch of news for you. We've just got our little bit of mini news. And the interesting, cool stuff that did happen today is that Nightwave Series 2, Episode 4, has hit the Nightwave airwaves, so to speak. And it is blisteringly good.
Ooh, yeah.
Not only is the story getting super, super interesting, it's even better than the first one, I reckon, but the writing in this one and the acting by our friend Cheryl Mebben, I got her name right, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. I urge you to watch it as soon as you can, and I won't spoil anything for you. Get out there and watch it. It's good. What do you think, Lucas?
Yes. Damn
is the right word.
Like, just wow. And the things it brings with it. Wow.
Tell us about it. Tell us. No, well, not those other things, but tell us about the event.
The special eventy thingies. Well, can't say too much about them because I'm still yet to dive in and play around. But we have a couple of emissary, what do you call
derelicts?
Derelicts, yes, emissary derelicts heading towards a couple of planets at the moment. One heading to Ceres and the other one heading to Pluto. And the only way to access these is by acquiring a specific item that is given to you once you have done 3 of the infested invasions on said planet. So, what you get from this, I don't know.
We're going to find out soon enough. So, was that Ceres and Pluto on PC?
Yes.
Because it's Mars and Pluto on PS4. So keep an eye on your system when you are looking at navigation just above the Nightwave button. It will tell you where the planets are that are active. So get out there and check it out. We'll have more to say on that on the weekend episode when we've had a chance to fiddle around with it, and hopefully it'll still be going for everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing what the reward is. I'm hoping there's a good one.
Yeah.
Weapon, please.
Fingers crossed. Weapon, please. Humble former, please.
Yeah,
Humble former, please.
I'll take a new weapon, a brand new weapon that hasn't been seen before.
Give us something shiny.
Yeah, shiny.
Something shiny.
Shiny stuff is good.
New amp pieces. Ooh,
maybe. I don't know about that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Anyway, this is a mini. Who are we talking about this week? Oberon.
Yeah, this guy.
So
this guy.
Mighty Oberon, King of the Fairies. Now he is a magical, wait for it, paladin. Lucas's favorite word, favorite character type in any role-playing game. Oberon, the Paladin, mixes utility with
Lies.
incredible survivability. No one's
All
going to
lies.
complain if there's an Oberon coming along for the ride, so he is kind of overpowered, but just get in there and have fun because he's also pretty damned awesome. If you do get some Oberon into your life and you fiddle around with him and get him built the way you want him to, you're pretty much unlikely to regret it. Where do you get his pieces from? If you haven't already collected all of Oberon's pieces, then you haven't been playing Warframe. Oberon's pieces drop like candy from Eximus units. The more you play, the more Oberons you can build. Seriously, there have been occasions where I've collected all 3 Oberon parts while playing a single mission. So eventually you will have all 3 Oberon parts, and of course you'll get his main blueprint from the market. So what do you think of Oberon, Lucas?
Well, for one, he's a sparkly little paladin, so likeliness of me playing him is very much mute, but he is an amazing Warframe. He's overly amazing, and that's what I don't like about him. He's too good. That's my thoughts. Putting it out there, he's too good of a frame. Don't like it.
Fair enough.
But let's talk about his passive.
Let's.
Oberon's passive, Beastmaster, makes him friends to flora and fauna. Well, for allied beast companions at least. All allied pets will receive plus 25 health, armor, and shield links, which is actually pretty damn awesome. Oberon's own pet companion, however, will also receive 1 additional instant revive.
Yes, instant revives are good. Can't complain about instant revives. So and that's why he's the Beastmaster. So bring along a Kavat or a Kubro with the old Oberon. Otherwise, what's the point? You're wasting your own time, you big sillies.
Just also going to put out there, this also does work on Necros's shadows and any other Warframe that has some summonable companion-like creatures like Korra's Kavat.
Very useful to know. Thank you, Mr. Lucas. Alright, so his first ability is called Smite, and this one is cast on a single enemy, and it essentially fills them with magical light, which explodes from inside them with fury. Now this causes impact and radiation damage, and it applies a radiation proc, which is always pretty cool, which enables your enemies to become confused and start to attack each other. Yay! As long as they didn't die from the initial smite attack. In addition, the affected enemy will also release orbs of light, which will then seek out additional enemies, causing radiation damage. So it's a nice radiation spreading ability. It is a one-handed ability, so you can cast it while doing other one-handed things. So I do believe we did a one-handed episode.
Advanced topic.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. It was in, I think, the single digits, maybe.
Maybe. It might have been in the 1-0s.
Yeah.
In the teens.
Or in the teens. Okay, yeah. So it's hard to say exactly when it was. But anyway, it's affected by ability, strength, range, duration mods, but duration only affects the time that the orbs will seek enemies out before they fade away. So if the orbs is something you're building it for and you like it like that, then increases duration. Alrighty, so this does have an augment, and this first augment is called Smite Infusion. Now, when you hold to cast, instead of just pressing it to cast, it will give all allies within 15 meters 100% radiation damage for 40 seconds. Now, that's actually pretty useful. Just gives them extra damage for 40 bloody seconds too, which is huge. So, yay! Thanks, Obi.
Damn.
Damn indeed. Alright.
Moving on to his second ability. Hallowed Ground. Oberon will cast his blessings upon the ground in front of him, enabling the area within range to become hallowed ground, where little grass will sprout about.
Aww.
For a short duration, represented by a field of foliage overgrowth while the ability is active. During this time, enemies within the area will take radiation damage every half second, and allies will be cured of and immune to status effects, but only while within the hallowed ground. While you can create up to 4 areas of hallowed ground at a time, note that this ability does not affect airborne enemies. Like Smite, Hallowed Ground is affected by strength, range, and duration mods. And I know if you put enough range, into Hallowed Ground, you can actually give it a radius, an angle, of 360 degrees for all of that glorious coverage. And this also does have a augment, Hallowed Eruption. Reactivate to deal all remaining damage and radiation status. Passive plus 100% Hallowed Ground duration.
Yay! Why not? Duration is good.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, his third ability is called Renewal. Now, this is like a benevolent king. Oberon seeks to heal his allies. So on casting Renewal, he begins to release healing waves of energy that emanate from him, which heals not only himself, but also his teammates and any summoned units that may be available, such as Spectres, Companions, and Rescue Targets. Now, this is a drain ability, so it will continue until the user runs out of energy. During this time, he will heal himself and allies at a rate of 40 health per second base, that is, but other units will be healed at a third of this rate, so Companions and all the like will be healed slower. Any unit that's downed, including allies or companions, will also have their bleed out time increased, allowing for more time for them to be revived, which is cool. This ability works very nicely alongside Hallowed Ground. Any ally that enters the Hallowed Ground while also being affected by Renewal will receive the Iron Renewal buff, which provides an additional buff to armor, an increase of 200 armor for 20 seconds, and that's the base at max, so you can buff that up even further. So that's a pretty cool little ability. Now, while using Renewal, Oberon cannot be granted more energy, but you can, without the use of energy orbs, that is. So no one else can use abilities to give him energy, only by picking up energy orbs. Now, this can be, of course, affected by mods such as Rage and Hunter Adrenaline, or Arcane Energize if you have it, so that's important to keep in mind. But for this reason, ability efficiency, I should say, is really key for this ability. It's affected by strength, range, and duration mod, so keep all of that in mind. There is an augment for this bad boy as well. It's called Phoenix Renewal, and this means that while taking fatal damage while in Renewal, will instead provide you or your allies with 50% health. So you won't die, you'll instead get your health restored to 50%, but you can only use it once per ally every 90 seconds. Which is still quite a lot, really. If you're dying more than once every 90 seconds, then something's gone wrong anyway. Right.
And for his last ability, we have Reckoning. Upon casting, Oberon will lift all enemies within range, slamming them into the ground soon thereafter. This causes a fairly hefty 1250 damage, base at max, along with a knockdown and radiation proc. It also causes extra damage to those already afflicted by the radiation proc. Any enemies killed by Reckoning have the chance of spawning a health orb, making Oberon a good candidate for Equilibrium, and enemies not killed by Reckoning will be blinded. More than that, surviving enemies standing on Hallowed Ground will have their armor permanently reduced. Pretty good, hey? I guess you can kind of have to keep remembering to keep all abilities active, but in reality it doesn't matter. Oberon is a beast all round. Reckoning is affected by, you guessed it again, strength, range, and duration, but the duration only affects the duration of blindness, so it's not key for this ability. Then for the last augment, we have Hallowed Reckoning. Enemies affected by Reckoning spawn zones that increase armor by 250 for allies and inflicts 150 damage on enemies over 10 seconds.
Free armor, why not?
Nice. Free armor.
It's quite a bit too,
Good
250.
It's a lot.
And one thing I didn't check,
a lot.
I didn't research, was whether or not it stacks. That'd be massive if it did.
Yeah.
I doubt it. So, that is his 4 abilities. Been a while since I've used him, but really, he's pretty simple. Use Hallowed Ground and Renewal a lot.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Do you need to use Reckoning? Not really.
Not really, but you can.
You can. Yeah. Do you need to use Smite?
If you build him for all three things, strength, range, and duration, just casting your hallowed ground should be more than enough to melt enemies from a good fucking 60 meters away.
Yeah.
In a 360-degree angle, like everyone around you within 60 meters is just going to melt due to radiation damage. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And radiation damage is quite useful. Depends how you want to build him, whether you want to build him for just high-ass mofo and strength. Go for it. Yeah, high strength means high healing. But keep in mind that if you do reduce the duration, you're going to increase the bleed out slow, decrease the slow of bleed out. Not a massive deal because it'll still be slowed. Yeah. Anything you can remember from your times that you have used him?
Pretty much whatever I've mentioned so far. But we did have good old Xenogallion mention his build during our interview with him, where I think he used, trying to think of it's Rage. So any damage he takes got turned into energy for renewal to essentially give a infinite amount of healing. So
yeah, fair enough.
There you go. Infinite healing.
So you definitely want to have Rage on this bad boy. Otherwise, you're silly and you're not doing it right. I think you want Rage, you want Strength. You probably want to keep his duration up. You probably want Range as well, because you want to be able to heal allies from further away, and you want to be able to have your hallowed ground causing damage across a larger piece of ground, really.
Yeah, so really, realistically, a balanced build would probably be best for this guy. Yeah.
So. All right, he does have, when we're talking about his looks, personally, I think he's got a couple of good skins, but nothing amazing. So my favourite is probably his Blade of the Lotus skin, which makes him look a little bit like a knight, a deer knight, kind of. And I don't mean deer knight as in, oh, dear knight. I mean like a deer.
Totally do. You totally mean that.
Okay, I do. His prime skin's
stag.
A bit shitty. Yeah, he looks like a stag. I'm not a fan of his prime skin, but that's just me. Yeah, and the other skin that I do like, of course, that a lot of people are fans of is, of course, the Fayark skin, which makes him look like a tree.
That is a good skin, and that is a pretty good skin. I do like the sword and shield that comes with that.
Came with a sword and shield? Or a skin?
The skin. Sword and shield skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not know that one. So, yeah, that's Oberon. What can you say?
Oberon.
He does a lot of damage and he heals. And he strips heals. Armor, and he gives armor. And he causes
heals,
radiation.
He tanks. He heals, he tanks, he damages. Like, what more could you want?
Exactly.
Realistically.
And for everyone out there, this is why Lucas doesn't like him, because he doesn't like a well-rounded character.
He's an all-rounder. He's an all-rounder. I don't like him.
Fair enough. Me, on the other hand, I'm happy with the all-rounders. It's all good to me. But I think it really just comes down to the word paladin. Lucas just doesn't like that word.
Stupid shiny knights.
So call Lucas a paladin at your...
No.
Most frequent...
No.
What was that? Paladin Lucas?
Do not listen to the Greg. Do not listen to the old man.
But what about Hup Lucas?
No.
Isn't he the greatest paladin that ever lived?
He is, but no.
Yeah, see? I knew I could get you. I knew I could get you to come around. If you don't know what we're talking about, Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, go watch it. Yeah.
Watch it. Watch the thing.
You should. So that is Oberon. He's really not that difficult frame to discuss. He's pretty straightforward. He does damage and he heals. Use his 3 and his 4. Sorry, his 2 and his 3 and his 4. Well, why not? Next week, we don't have another Warframe mini. We have a lore cast. I'm nodding
A lore
because
cast,
we
yes.
haven't decided what we're going to talk about yet. That's why I'm nodding.
We
So
will work it out.
we will work it out. It could be one of the mini side quests, Warframe side quests. It could be another Mythcast. We'll see. Could be anything. Either way, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to look into the lore of Warframe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but let's discuss something right now.
Okay.
Let's try and decide something right now.
Ooh.
The following week, so
yes.
mini episode 36.
Gauss.
Should we jump in on the Gauss?
Gauss.
Gauss.
I think it's decided. May as well do Gauss because it's 2 weeks away. We've both already got him. We've both already played him and fully maxed him. So I think we've got enough time to figure him out.
Awesome. Sounds
That's
good.
my thoughts. All right. So if you'd like to get in contact with us, give us any suggestions, tell us things you do or don't like about the show, head on over to our website at cephalonsquared.com where you will find a contact us page and other ways to get in contact with us. If you'd like to join the collective, head on over to the same website and go to join the Discord or join our Facebook group, both of whom are booming now. We have over 350 people in the Discord and over 400, maybe 500 people in the Facebook group. So yeah, they're both really growing, and we appreciate everyone that has joined, and we thank you, and we hope that those groups are both really useful for you. But especially, we should thank our patrons.
Patreons.
So, do you want to start? I'll start. You start. We both start.
Thank you, Rathok.
Thank you, Jellybean1799.
Thank you, Wolfsbane.
Thank you, 1000.
Thank you, Adop_88.
Thanks, Lord Freezon.
Thank you, Logan Neal.
Thank you, Danathan.
Thank you, Solarian.
And thank you, Obsolete Ninja 13. These people are, of course, our producers and help us build everything that we need and help us improve our equipment so that it comes out even better. So thank you so much. Yay. We can't keep this up without you, and we are keeping it up, so we are glad you're here. But of course, we're glad that everyone is here. So thank you to everyone for listening and keeping up with the show. We really appreciate it. Give us a rating on your podcast platform to help spread the word. That's one other way of supporting us. Of course, if you want to throw us a bone, head on over to cephalonsquared.com/support, where you can see how to support us via Patreon or Coffee. Anyway, my name is Greg Newbegin. I am Mad Capsules everywhere. Who are you, Lucas?
I am Lucas Silvestri, and I am Silverlight all over the place. SILVR_LGHT. Throw in an underscore if you want. There's sometimes around there. Massive thank you to our lovely community. You guys are amazing. I say this all the time, and I mean it every time. You guys are amazing, so thank you so much.
He says it all the time because it's true. And thank you to Jan at disco_box on Twitter for his sublime voice in the intro and outro. And don't forget to make sure you reach out to him and tell him. And thanks to you for listening. We'll see you in a couple of short days for the next episode, which I think is episode 60. Whoa.
Episode 60.
Hell yeah. Can't wait. See you then. Bye.